All right, let's dive straight into this explainer. For the last 2 decades, world football has been defined by an absolutely untouchable duopoly. But right now, the sport has a massive void to fill. Today, we're putting the established superstar head-to-head with the ultimate prodigy to see who is truly positioned to take the crown. We're going to blend the hard, cold statistics of their incredible careers with a deep, investigative dive into their doms-noms life graphs and number profiles to find out what really makes them tick. Think about it. For nearly 20 years, football belonged to just two names, Messi and Ronaldo. We've literally watched them lift World Cups, Ballon d'Ors, and Champions League trophies, absolutely dominating the pitch and the headlines. But, every era ends, a new generation is rising up, and as the dust finally settles on that legendary rivalry, the global stage is just wide open. So that leaves us with one crucial question. Who takes the throne next? I mean, great players win matches for sure, but legends? Legends define generations. Today, we're asking which of these two incredible journeys aligns most strongly with absolute greatness. Who has both the physical talent and the metaphysical destiny to become the face of football's next era? In one corner, we have Kylian Mbappé, the explosive king, a player whose speed, confidence, and sheer fearlessness made it obvious from day one that he was no ordinary talent. And in the other corner, Lamine Yamal, the prodigy. Incredibly calm under pressure, technically gifted, and creative way, way beyond his years. It is essentially a battle of proven dominance against unprecedented precocity. Now let's actually rewind a bit and look at their origins to see how this all builds. Mbappé's rise was born in the Parisian suburb of Bondy, coached by his own father, which led to this explosive breakthrough at AS Monaco where he became their youngest first-team player ever. Yamal's story? Totally different. Raised in the working-class neighborhood of Rocafonda, Barcelona's famed La Masia Academy literally had to break all their own rules to rescue him. At age 12, he had lost certain habits related to studying and nutrition, and Barcelona made an unprecedented double exception to take him in, providing the structure that quite literally saved his career. And honestly, just look at what that structure produced. It's a hyper-compressed, totally unprecedented timeline. He debuted for Barcelona's first team at just 15 years old. At 16, he became the youngest player and goal scorer for the Spanish national team. And then, get this, the day after turning 17, he helped Spain win Euro 2024, taking home the Best Young Player award and shattering pretty much every age-related record placed in front of him. Now, contrast that rapid, early rise with Mbappé's staggeringly sustained output. At 26 years old, he hit the 400 career goal mark, making him the youngest player to do that since Pelé. He boasts 425 career goals, 23 major trophies, including a literal World Cup, and a ridiculous 0.71 goals per game ratio in the Champions League. I mean, he's the most prolific player in PSG's history and is already out there breaking scoring records in his debut season at Real Madrid. Out on the pitch, their styles clash in the most fascinating way. Mbappé is pure explosive speed. He's an unstoppable force with a ruthless goal-scoring threat and massive, undeniable big-game impact. Yamal operates on a completely different frequency. He's a left-footed winger with an elite tactical IQ that lets him process the game like a 10-year veteran. He uses this stop-start dribbling, mesmerizing ball control, and his signature trivela, those outside-of-the-foot crosses, to completely disorganize opposing defenses. Okay, so we know what the statistics tell us, but statistics really only tell us what has already happened. To truly figure out who is best positioned to define the next generation, we have to look deeper. We need to explore the journey beneath the surface, using their domsdoms life graphs and number profiles. When we pull up their cosmic blueprints side by side, the contrast is honestly stark. These life paths dictate the core themes of their destinies. Mbappé operates on life path 9, while Yamal is driven by life path 2. So let's break down exactly what that means for their futures on the pitch. Starting with Mbappé, he is a life path 9. In Dom's Nums, that's the humanitarian. His journey is really all about experiencing the beauty of selfless giving. His greatest strength, it's his idealism. And his ultimate lesson is discovering that true fulfillment comes when he stops seeking personal satisfaction and just gives freely to the common good. It's a profile that points to a really solid foundation with massive earning potential, provided he consistently does charity work from the heart to activate his natural luck. Then we have Yamal. He's a life path too, which is the facilitator. His path is all about cooperation and sensitivity. He is literally coded to be an organizer and a peacemaker, often playing the role of the power behind the throne. This finely attuned sensitivity is exactly what makes him the ultimate creative playmaker, able to read his teammates effortlessly. But his main challenge will be managing that sensitivity without letting it overwhelm him. Digging into their core characters, there's a really fascinating twist. Both are deeply business-minded, but their approaches, completely opposite. Mbappé is a planner at his core. Actually, he finds it quite difficult to break out of his shell and feels insecure going to new places. Yamal, on the flip side, is a highly talkative being who absolutely hates dealing with stress or responsibility. He can't be too independent. He always wants a companion there to check his decisions with. Now, this part of Mbappe's profile should literally terrify defenders. When we look at his special number patterns, he possesses a focus success number. The expert analysis shows that the second he locks in on a goal, he has this super rare ability to pursue it with absolute extraordinary precision and see it all the way through to the end. Whatever target he puts his mind to, he can hit it. Yamal, though, his secret weapon is completely different. His chart features a charismatic number. He possesses this natural magnetic charisma that just effortlessly attracts people and opportunities to him. Plus, he has natural luck present in his chart, like an invisible protective force field around him. However, the expert analysis does warn that his tendency to dodge stress and responsibility could potentially limit his leadership growth over time. Ultimately, both of their destinies are anchored by their success codes, 23499 for Mbappé and 47924 for Yamal. These sequences serve as powerful personal sigils. Think of them as cosmic brand identities that anchor their focus and activate their true potential. Both profiles reveal incredibly strong business energy that they can harness both on and off the pitch. So, bringing this metaphysical showdown together, Mbappe's chart is completely built for relentless execution, intense laser focus, and leaving a lasting humanitarian legacy. Yamal's chart is built on intuitive flow, connecting with his teammates as the ultimate facilitator, and leveraging a natural, charismatic luck. It is literally the precision striker squaring off against the ultimate flowing playmaker. Which brings us right back to the ultimate question. Great players win matches. Legends define generations. Looking at both the physical evidence of their incredible, jaw-dropping stats and the metaphysical evidence of their doms-noms profiles, can either of them truly step into the massive shoes left behind by the past 2 decades of greatness? All right, here is the final verdict for Kylian Mbappé. He is the undeniable, established superstar of our time. He's proven and decorated on the biggest stages in the world, including the World Cup. He is entering his prime years at Real Madrid, which is exactly where ultimate legacy is built. And interestingly, his life graph shows his lowest energetic point was actually around age 20 back in 2018. That means his current terrifying dominance is really just the build-up to a major peak still ahead of him at age 49, suggesting his influence on the game is going to last long, long after he hangs up his boots. And then there's the final verdict for Lamine Yamal. He is the emerging phenomenon. Totally fearless, technically gifted way beyond his years, and already carrying the massive weight of Barcelona and Spain on his shoulders. His life graph shows a late bloomer pattern, meaning, despite all this crazy early fame, he actually has a massive long-term developmental arc ahead of him, with his peak energy arriving much later in life. When you stack all of this physical and metaphysical evidence together, the picture becomes crystal clear. Mbappé is the king of today. He owns the present, with the stats and that locked-in focus to absolutely prove it. But Yamal, he is the king of tomorrow. With an invisible protective force of luck and a chart custom-built for long-term influence, he is rapidly claiming the future. Or, wait, maybe they're actually destined to share the throne. Doms Nums has revealed the cosmic patterns. Anna's statistics have laid out the groundwork. Now, I want to hear from you. After Messi and Ronaldo, who do you think will truly define the next era of football? Mbappé, Yamal, or someone else? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. See you in the next explainer.